Okay, I think I am live now. You should be able to hear me. Let's get the music going. There we go. There we go. I can't remember if I shaved since the last time I was here, but I think I did. I think I look a bit better. Hey, Nick, Tyler. Yeah, it arrived. It arrived just literally 10 minutes ago. So first, good question. How many loaders needed to carry, and they use a forklift to unload? Surprisingly, so actually, unsurprisingly, the box is big. I mean, it is big. Surprisingly, it's not light. It is definitely heavy, but I thought I would really struggle getting it upstairs. And because the box is so big, it's hard to get, my arms in a comfortable carrying position. But it's not extraordinarily heavy. I didn't feel like I needed to get someone's help. I just was able to lift it up, and I took one break in the middle of the stairs, just to reposition myself, and my arms were getting a little tired. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. It really was not that bad to deal with. So that surprised me, actually. I didn't think it'd come until much later in the night. Usually when UPS says in my area, whenever I get it's coming at 5 p.m. from UPS or FedEx, that's like a code word for, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. But surprisingly, they said 5:30 to 9:30, and it came at, about 6:20. So pretty happy. Pretty happy. Another surprise is, so I've actually got it in front of me, but it is not. In my mind, it was going to be even bigger, meaning much more difficult to put on the desk. I wouldn't have any space at all. I still have a little bit of space, and I don't have the stand. 20 kilos not a washing machine. No, it's definitely not that bad. But it's heavy, but not crazy heavy. And I'm just getting the power plugged in here. And I'm gonna have to switch from open tablet driver to something. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky, because this thing is big, and you can't just let it drop. Where do I plug it in here? Where's the power cords and stuff? I don't even know. Am I gonna have to read the manual? Am I gonna have to do that? Maybe. Oh. This is my joke from the previous stream. I said that if I put up a stand, you'd see like this the entire stream. Okay, so yeah. It is heavy enough that, again, it is awkward to keep in any sort of nice position as you're moving it around. Now, I think I have, here, let me show you. So here it is in front of me, okay? In my mind, I thought it was gonna feel like it was from here to here, like it would barely get in frame. This is about and this is the furthest out my camera can zoom. And my camera's right where my finger would be pointing, right up there. So that's a surprise. Okay, let's figure out what I need to do here. I need to... I've got to figure out where the hell the ports are. Flaffy Dev, I am retired, but I worked as a program manager at Microsoft for 28 years. That's actually my only job I ever held. I will get a small arm, but it's surprisingly, my arm, again, a little bit longer than the average person of my height, but I can reach the edges just fine. But, when it's flat on the desk, it's a little bit of a distorted image, of course. Yeah, right now it's a mouse pad. Right now it's serving as a mouse pad. What's interesting, though, there's enough space on the sides for you can actually leave things there without touching the screen. That's kind of cool. Plastic panel. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's that panel at the top. But let me bring it up so people can see what I'm talking about. And I may bring another camera involved so you can, I think I will do that, but give me a minute. User manual. Let me get the user manual. Is that it? No. The music turned off, which I did not mean to do that. Yeah, it is gigantic. It's the largest pen display ever made. No, I don't want that one. Okay, hang on. I gotta do some rejiggering of stuff here. Display settings. Identify. Yeah, it should be getting that. Middle monitor is correct. Let's see if I can. Oh, I see. It's not what I picked the wrong option. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay. There we go. Let's just get the user manual. DTH-3220. And I just want people to see how you have to do it. That's why I'm bringing this thing up. Lexer, I have one of them, and it's been fine. Nothing special. I mean, it's fine as a pen. It's fine as a modern pen. Okay, and this is what Nick was talking about. It's this little cover right here. Yeah. Oops, that's maybe one of the covers or something. Let's take a look. So this is another problem with this. Not problem. This is just the challenge of the device. It's like saying you can just lift it up with one hand. I don't know about that. It's like, oh, with one finger you can do that. Really, can you? Because I sure can't. Oh, this is tough. Hang on. Okay. I don't want to put this on its glass side, and I have to be careful. So, it's got the legs here. That helps. Maybe I don't need the stand for a bit. Let me do that. Let me put it on its legs. Oh. Okay, that's a bit better. That's a little bit better. Whew. This thing is so heavy, just moving it around kind of wears you out. I only have one of those pens, Lexer, so I'm not sure if I could say, I don't have data that says it's any better or worse. I would say it's about as good as the last two. They're like, oh, just lift it up with one finger, and I'm like, okay. This thing came out. Maybe I need to put it back in. I don't know how to open this thing. I really don't. Literally, the diagram is like gently remove the cover by pulling it away at the cable opening. There is no gently pulling it away, my friends. It is stuck in there. Okay. I think I like Nick's idea. Another thing I just noticed, when the legs are down, it's possible to accidentally fold them back in as you move the thing around the desk. So you have to be a little careful. In fact, there we go. This makes it a bit easier. Here, let me show you what I'm seeing. Whew, this is a bit easier on my hands. In fact, I think I won't need the other stand because this is giving a good enough angle for me. Having said that, now I gotta rotate this thing. I have to be careful because there's just so much on the desk. And the last thing you want to do, this cost me, let's see, would you mind if I ask a random topic? I feel like, go ahead and ask. Go ahead and ask. It's always okay to ask. Wacom software support is terrible. I'm using the Cintiq Pro 27 and it's not supported the Art Pen 2. They're gonna add that. They're gonna add that. They said they would add support. Hey Saul, good to see you. They're gonna add Cintiq Pro 27 support by the end of this year. That's official from them. Okay, how do I do this? If anyone has a Cintiq 32, I feel so embarrassed now. I just can't, I literally cannot do this. It's crazy. Oh. Okay. I am pulling it. I am pushing. Wait a second. Something changed there. This is just exactly how life works, right? Here. Whew. It's like wrestling because everything is so big, it's hard to get around. Like I have to move around this in such a way, which sort of emphasizes my point in the last stream. When you have something this large on your desk, you have to work around it. Ah, fine, I got it out. In the diagram, they said just one finger will pull it out. No, it's like there's some real effort there. Okay. So, okay, this is interesting. I'm going to show it to you. It may be hard to see, but I think you'll understand the point. I want face, yeah. Okay, so bear with me on this one. Saul says, I'm working on your illustration tomorrow. Mark's 1 year since I got my M4 iPad Pro. Hard to believe. Yeah, years do pass by fast. This tablet's so big you could probably use it as a small desk and mount another monitor. Yeah, if I wasn't afraid of the glass, but you know what would be, I know, I guess I could just put something on top of the glass and use it that way when I wasn't actually drawing on it. Okay, can you see the panel is off? Let me close Lexer's comment here. The panel is off and the ports are on this part right here along this shelf, okay? Now it's hard for me to show you the ports because I'd have to hover this thing in air. And I don't feel like doing that. So I'm gonna have to put it like this and look at the ports. So I know you can't see it, but over here are, I think there's a power, an HDMI, and a display port, and then there's something else on the left. Or maybe that's power. I don't know. We'll see. God. I'm going to use a USB port, though, for... Oh, power's on the other side. Okay, let's get power first just to see if we can get power. By the way, the surface feels pretty good. It's not, doesn't feel like it's scratched up. It looks pretty pristine. There's a few like little, I don't know, little spots on it. Like just, you know, that's something that can be cleaned up, not scratches. So this is remarkably, has been taken care of. It says, I ordered LX, Ergotron LX. I have one. Is there a concern you have about it? The Ergotron LX? I have it. I think I have not used it with a 34-inch monitor. I know I've used it with a 24 and 22, maybe a 27. I mean, I have no complaints about it. Again, all mounts like that will wobble, right? So when I use it or any other mount, I make sure the bottom of the tablet's touching the desk or something soft on the desk so that it minimizes the wobble. Okay. It should work fine for that. I mean, I think I actually tried that. It should work fine. Oof. Let's move this. Stupid. Okay. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing, so I'm gonna try to show you the overhead. It's just, you're seeing me struggle with this thing, that's all. And this is all because I don't want to lift it up and risk something strange happening. Okay, the power is here. The power button is on the other side. Okay, a light came on here briefly, so I think there is power. Let's go ahead and power it up. I just want to see, I see the lights here came on. Wacom, screen looks fine, no complaints. No, you're not going to see anything. You'll see DisplayPort, HDMI, USB-C, and then it should say no signal. Okay, it's still checking, but that's okay. That's okay, it's not a problem. I need to get my DisplayPort going. Oh, sorry, my USB-C. No signal, there we go, no signal right there. Which is expected, Now for this, I'm gonna rotate it the other way. And I'll look down here. I don't know where the hell that USB-C is at, I'll tell you that. Maybe it's on the other side. That might be it. Okay. I got it. There we go. So one cable for power and one cable to the computer for a monitor. And Ahmed, it is not 120 hertz. I believe it's just 60 hertz, but we'll double check. We'll double check. It is 4K. It is 4K. So first of all, I have to admit honestly right now, I know you're seeing a bit of glare. Even I see it because this light is so you can see me. This is... There's just no other way to say it. You'll feel very pro having this in front of you. This is a very nice looking device. Another thing is, it is massive. It is massive. Sean, this is not a new model. This came out about 10 years ago. But it's the reason I got it is the biggest one. It's the biggest pen display ever made. And sort of just, you know, kind of a collector's thing for me. Screen still looks good. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, I'm just looking at it and it does look good. It does actually look quite... Oh, touch is on. You can't see it, but my other monitor is registering the touch. I can see a little... Yeah. You can't see what's going on exactly, but I'm going to have to disable touch. Let me see if I can do that here. I think I can disable... No, I don't have the Wacom driver installed. Okay, not a problem. So I'm going to uninstall something. Actually, hang on. I've got to change the monitor settings. Let's see, let me identify the monitors. 3, 2, yeah, okay, this is about right. Okay. Whew, there we go, okay. So I am just going to uninstall vMulti. First, I will go to, I think it's System or Advanced. I'm going to uninstall vMulti. It's going to ask me to reboot, so you got to give me a pause. Yes, go ahead and uninstall vMulti. So it's going to reboot. That's normal. That's expected. Let me go ahead and restart anyway. Oh, of course, Windows is updating as I reboot. That's really nice. That's really nice. Oh, I didn't. Okay, where's my water? I am getting thirsty. I have a grip pen, which is all, this is compatible with the grip pen. Though this one, I bought this on eBay, so it didn't come with the Pro pen. That's fine. So I'm just touching the grip pen on top of this just to see what the texture feels like. It's a pleasant texture, though I probably think modern Cintiq Pros have a better texture. %30 updating, that's really nice. That's nice. Let's see, let's get, there we go. Whew! I'm going to change the light to be a little less yellow. There we go. A boot. Indeed, Nick, Windows does know the best time to update. Okay, it's just doing its booting. Just waiting. Go to, gosh. Okay, I think, just waiting for one of the monitors to appear here. It looks very mint, Nick. It definitely feels very mint. I'm feeling, there is one, okay, I'll tell you this. There is a scratch on the bottom left corner. It's not a major scratch. It's very tiny. I can't feel it with a pen, but if I put the edge of my fingernail, I can actually feel it. I can see it. But it's more prominent when the light hits a certain way. I'm gonna check for scratches on the rest of it with my finger. There's one more scratch on the very top. But again, I feel that one with my pen. But that's not bad. That's an area where menus would be, so I'm not really concerned about that. It didn't come with the pen, Nick. It only came the tablet and the cords. Look, and it cost me $1,000. So with tax, it was $1,300 something US. So I've got to reboot, and then we have to clean up. I mean, this is a pro level tablet. It's a pro level pen. So 1,300, that's with tax, is less than less than a lot of tablets these days that are worse, right? Now, some of you might want more modern screens. We're going to see, this was a Pro display, so theoretically the screen will be better than the Cintiq non-Pro versions from this generation. Now we're going to have to just get the walk up. Just hang on. I'm just waiting for the Windows update to do its finishing. So we're rebooting again. Yeah, Nick, I have about a dozen. Yeah, about a dozen Pro Pen 2. I think I counted. It is, I think, 12. I have a lot of Pro Pen 3s. I only have 2 Art Pens, though. Art Pen 1s. Oh, it rebooted, and it's doing more updates. That's awfully nice. Okay, it rebooted. So here we go. Let me, I'm gonna log in a second. I'm putting my keyboard on the tablet. So let me, hello. Let me enter my PIN. Okay. So this is good. This should first tell me I gotta make sure OTD or OTA is not running, because it will try to be a driver for this thing. So give me a second. I will. Where is my? Okay. So I am going to get Open Tablet Artist to not run itself. And it is, Windows is picking up the touch, which is interfering with my life right now. I'm gonna go settings, advanced, system. Let me put the shortcut away. And then I'm going to open the folder where the tablet driver cleanup tool is listed, and I'm going to run it. Okay. Run as administrator. Okay, good point, Nick. Good point. I'm going to go ahead and Oh, I hate that. Okay, that did everything. Everything got uninstalled. Oh. Tablet driver clamp is dumping a bunch of inf files. I don't know if that's a good or bad idea. I don't even know what. I'll have to ask Cubes about that. Dumps.zip is in progress. I've never seen the tablet. I know you can't see what I'm seeing, so let me see if I can make sure that you see it. This is the tablet driver clamp to its. I don't know what this means. I'm going to ask Cube about it. I have no clue. Let's take a quick screenshot. Okay, so now that's all uninstalled. Touch is, so this device is still like, yeah, you see it, windows are disappearing. Actually, let me show you another way. Let me open up Chrome for a second. There's no driver installed, but you might, now you see that? That's touch. That's just my hand. So it is sensitive to touch somehow, but we're gonna get the Wacom driver in a second. Let's move that out of the way. Hey, let me do one more change. My ears somehow got disconnected. Yeah, Nick. In the listing on eBay, it said, and I saw it in the photos, it said the bottom left part here had a bit of an orange tint. I don't actually see it right now, but maybe with a white screen I'll see it. I think that's an issue. When I see orange or purple tint in the corners or edges, that tends to be, I think, a polarizing issue, a polarizer issue. These LCDs apparently have two polarizing films. And one of them, and they can cause this effect. Saul, I think you're asking me what OS I'm running on the computer, because this is just a pen display. This has no OS. I'm just running Windows 11 on the computer that's attached to. Okay, so now let's find the Wacom driver. Wacom driver. And we'll just get the latest one. I think the latest will still work. I think they'll keep driver support for this for a long time. Like more than 10 years, because there's no direct replacement, and I think a lot of very serious customers probably have it. and they'd be irritated if Wacom said, we're not going to support this anymore. So we may see an extended. Okay, Wacom is installing. Sorry, I know it's very boring right now. You're just seeing me seeing a blue screen here. So I think this already tells me, you can see why the toolbox is interesting, because you're never going to be able to type. There's no way to use the keyboard while you're drawing. Like, you'd have to keep it over here like this to reach it, or way over here. It is not something that's going to be comfortable for many of you. So keyboard shortcuts are going to be difficult. Okay, just waiting for Wacom to install. It'll be one more reboot after that. So how was everyone's week? I hope it was good. Oh, here comes the reboot. Okay, it's rebooting. I had a pretty good week. I got very tired today. I slept for most of the day. Not like I did anything. I just got really tired. Okay. I'm just waiting for the reboot. I don't know, Saul, if this tablet has ever been used for animation. The listing on eBay didn't say it. I don't think it's heavily used. I just don't see really, except for those 2 scratches, which are very minor. I don't see. You'd expect if there were going to be scratches a lot in the middle. I just don't see it. Okay. We'll check my. So there's nothing sharp on this keyboard like Nick was telling me. Live big, yeah. I don't feel eye strain because it's still pretty far away from me. Like, I can, I don't have to do this. I can kind of just like do this and watch, and that's kind of relaxing. Though I would prefer it to be, a bit further away. Oh, where is my mouse? There we go. Check this to set data. Okay, the driver does. No, it's there. And let me draw the driver down in here, and you'll see. It does, in fact. Oh, my audio resets every time I reconnect. Hang on. Okay. I got this weird pop-up from my LG monitor. Okay, the pop-up went away. Okay, so sorry. What I was trying to show you was what. There it is, Cintiq Pro 32, DTH-3220, and we're gonna turn off touch, because that's the first thing I always do with any monitor. I just turn off touch. Touch is, how do I turn it off? Hello? Touch off, there we go. Touch is off now. Okay, and I've got my, I don't know where my pen is now. Okay, where's the pen? Since the tablet's so big and there's a lot of space underneath it, the pen can just roll off. So that's a little bit of a worry. Okay, let me just feel it. The tracking is, I think it's fine. I think it's really good. In other words, As I hold the pen vertically, the pointer is where I expect it to be. What if I hold the pen at an angle? That's called tilt compensation. I'd say it's good, though. If you should always calibrate in your natural drawing angle. I think if you're left-handed, you might want to just do the calibration. But if you're right-handed, it's what you'd expect if you're right-handed. And that's normal. So tilt compensation was good, probably. Okay, I will say one thing here. I gotta double check on what I would say. Hang on. I think there is more parallax than we're used to in a modern pen display. It's not a lot. It's just more than you're probably used to. A little bit more. Oh, I don't know about Aaron Blaze, Nick. Lag. It's about what you'd expect. It's not all pen tablets have this, pen displays have this much lag. Okay. Let us try a few more tests here. Give me a second. Where is mine? Drawing tablets. My tester. Let's get to the tester. Okay. This is where the screen really seems big. So I'm just going to draw, and this is not with the Pro Pen 2, this is with the Art Pen, the Grip Pen. Which is not as good as the Pro Pen 2. So this is a web app, so don't worry if the strokes look a bit weird. That's kind of the web app thing. It samples less points per second than a normal drawing app. But overall, I'd say it feels pretty good. It's very responsive. When I draw with low pressure, it's what I expect. In other words, what I'm trying to communicate to you is this just feels as good as any other normal modern Wacom pen tablet. Now, I think someone would probably want to increase in Windows, the scaling. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to increase the scaling of this thing from 150% to 200%. There. Now the text is a bit easier. Even you might be able to tell the text is a bit easier to read. Right? It feels good. Now, what about missing dots? This is not, I really shouldn't test this to the web app, but yeah, it's not missing any dots. I think that's clear. Pressure from thin to thick to thin to thin to thick to thick to thin to thick. Can I hold pressure? That's a test Theo does. I think so, pretty well. Can you hear fans? Oh, good question. I've got these in, so I don't know if I can hear fans or not. And there's an air conditioner. Yeah, I think. Actually, I don't know. I'll tell you in a second. Hang on. Let me take these out. To me, it's silent. But to be fair, there's other noise in the room, so that may be masking it with that noise, but I don't hear anything. Let's take a look at the brightness. And I don't know with this device where to set the brightness, so maybe I'll just press a button here. The button launched the Wacom Center, so let's display settings, start. Hello. Okay, here it is. So brightness is set at 75. I wouldn't call it dim right now, but I would say it's definitely a little bit not as bright as... Bright's pretty bright. So I'm going to put it at 100% brightness, which is honestly a little too bright given the fact it's right up in my face. But I'm going to leave it on. Color space is... I'm going to leave it color space. It's set at Adobe RGB right now, and I have these options. So lots of color options. Adobe RGB, sRGB, Rec 709, DCI-P3, Rec 2020, EBU, don't know what that means. Well, to be honest, I don't know what any of these means except for Adobe RGB and sRGB. Gamma 1.2.2, what's advanced here? Aspect ratio, sharpness. I'm just going to tweak the sharpness, see what happens. Does anything happen? I don't notice any difference in sharpness. Energy smart off. Yeah. Oops, I didn't save something. Let's do that again. I want to get to 100% brightness and hit save. Sure. Okay. I still don't hear anything. Okay, give me a second. Let me get... Oh, it's right here. And let me get the Pro pen too, since that's, you know, still the best pen. I'll be right back. Where's my right back message? Right. Okay, I'm back. And it's a little hard for me to shift the view, so let me get my iPad set up. Then I can shift without having to touch the Mac mouse here. Where is the Stream Deck? Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, it is working. Yep. Okay, this is gonna make it much easier for me to switch between what I want to show you. So that's great. Let me move this keyboard out of the way. Move this out of the way. And I just lost. There's so many pens around me. I'm losing which pen I'm. Okay, there we go. Let me get the pens I don't want to use out of the way. Okay. Okay, good. And okay, we may have some more people from the Discord joining us. And the music got muted somehow. Either for you or for me, probably for me. Okay, can you all hear the music still? Because suddenly I cannot hear it for some odd reason. That's weird. Here, let me try something. Okay, that's unusual. Check one more thing here. Oh, I see. I had my own volume down for some reason. Okay, we're gonna do a test of what do you call it? Diagonal wobble. Oh, why did it do that? Hang on. Somehow it just resets. Let me see if I can just manually move it. There we go. Huh. I guess I don't need to use the remote for that kind of repositioning. It's cleared. Okay. So this may be hard for you to see, and I will try to zoom in so you can see what I see. Actually, let me use Krita for this. That's the official test. And actually, now that I'm telling you this, I'm going to create my own test app. That way I don't have... What is this thing doing here? Okay, let's try it. Okay. Okay, let's zoom though. I want to zoom in a little bit. Keyboard is sliding. Okay. Move the keyboard. Let's find Krita. This is a nightmare. Krita. With this thing in front of me, it's just hard to deal with. Oh, the screen keeps on going. Let's try this again. I don't know why it's something touching it. It's constantly resetting itself to this other area. Okay, I just want a new picture here, dudes. Okay, so one thing I want to say is, if you have to close the... Okay, I don't know why ObsBot is doing that. Hang on. I don't want that thing to be resetting my my image every 5 seconds. So let me see if I can figure out why it's doing that. Is something touching it? Sorry for the slow scroll. Okay, and then let me zoom in. Okay. So we're going to select the pen, which is the fine liner, Ink 3 fine liner, 5, no smoothing. Okay, let's see what happens. And so remember, I draw from the number 15 to 5, so that's 10 centimeters, okay? 45 degrees, let me clear the canvas. First 3 strokes will take 10 seconds. I mean, 4 seconds each. There's no smoothing. Then 2 seconds. And then 1 second. Now let's take a look. Well, guess what, everyone? I honestly think this is there's a very, I mean, for a pen display, this is one of the lowest I've ever seen. You can see if you look really close, a little bit of wobble, but this is, I think, better than even some other Wacom Cintiq Pro pen display. So this is good. This is really good. This is where you'd have to really struggle. It's almost microscopic to see the differences. And some of what you think is roughness is just kind of like the specific brush size I used. But no, this is good. This is really good. There's just a very minor amount of wobble. Very, very minor. Like, you'd have to like think about it even. In fact, some cases you probably look at this and not even notice there was any wobble at all. Let's see, someone in the channel says, your stream made me want to buy Cintiq Pro 32. Is this a good deal? I didn't see the price though. Oh, it's a picture of a cracked Cintiq. Yeah, this. I don't have Discord on my demo machine, but that thing is, the screen is cracked. Like all the way around the edges, the screen is cracked. Okay, low diagonal line wobble. Let me write that down. Let me save this image. This is actually really useful. Let's say this is Cintiq 32 diagonal. It's very low. It's not, sorry, it's low. It's probably not very, very low. Not like excellent. Very good for a pen display. It's excellent. Compared to a pen tablet, it's not quite to excellent. But to be fair, I have to probably recalibrate all my diagonal wobbles to see if I'm, I've got my categories straight. Let's save this. Okay. And let's get some water here. And let's, okay, so now the reality is having a pen display like this. I don't know how to explain this to you, but your field of view is like, like this, right? It is really at the corners. It spreads out so much in your field of view. To see the file menu, you cannot just move your eyes there. You're going to have to move your head, right? And the file menu is sort of really further from my eyes than, let's say, this part of the screen. So there's a big difference here. I'm not talking about this distance here. I'm talking from my eyes to here, my eyes to here. Those are very different. So that's just weird if you're used to something that's more like an iPad or 13-inch display, which is like almost every pixel is just very close to the same distance from your eyes, right? Some are, of course, farther toward the edges, but this is an extreme difference. The other thing you'll notice is things are at an extreme angle, like yeah, here. Now I could have a stand and bring it up like this, and that would help. But even then, you're seeing the corners at a much more extreme angle. So you'll probably notice a little more parallax because your eyes are at an extreme angle compared to a smaller display. I don't think it's a thing that can be concerned about. I just want to point that out. One more thing I want to check, because my eyes maybe have adjusted. What was the brightness of this set to? Qualcomm Center. It didn't seem as bright as it was a minute ago. And I don't know if that's just my brain. No, somehow it got reset to 75. I don't know why that is. Did not show this again. Save. Okay. Yeah, it get something I did make it dimmer. Maybe I didn't click save or something. So I'll watch out for that. Temperature wise, it's been on for what, 30 something minutes? I feel some heat in this region. It's slightly warm, like here, where my hand is, right here. Just slightly, like there was maybe a warm cup of coffee placed in this region or something where someone had their hand on it. But the rest of it seems room temperature. Like up here, seems room temperature. I'm just doing a scan here. Yeah, I start feeling heat here and here where my palm is. Room temperature, room temperature. Starting to get warm from here. It stays warm for yeah, it's like this area right here. The bottom part under the screen. The sides, these corners are room temperature. Again, not hot, not even uncomfortable. You'll notice it, that it's a little warmer here. Like I can notice it with my fingers and my palm, as well as even this is the part of my arm that's resting on it. So, what's the verdict? You know what? I'm going to try to really draw with this because I've never had one this big. I think it makes me think a couple of things. It makes me think that the Cintiq Pro, maybe I didn't give it a good enough chance. Partly because I didn't like the sound it made. Let me double check for fans. I hear it. I hear fans now. It's hard to say. I don't want to say it's, sorry, let me rephrase this. I can't tell if it's louder, the same as, or not as loud as the Cintiq Pro at the same brightness setting. But I can definitely hear them. It's not irritating. But on the other hand, my air conditioner's on, so that's masking some of the sound. If it was totally silent, I might get irritated by this. Let me turn it back down to 75 and see what happens. Like at what brightness for the Cintiq Pro 27, when I turn it down to 50, I still hear sound. I'm going to set it back to what it was set at when I started, 70, 75. Let me type that number in. Save. Yeah, it's definitely the fan here. You see a purple spot? Where? On the bottom left corner. Let me move my face out of the way. Let's see if I can detect the same thing. Uh, I I'm looking, Nick. This is where the seller said there'd be a little bit of orange tint. I don't see anything purple for sure, and I don't see the orange tint. I don't see any other discoloration actually. Maybe that's an effect that happens when it's on for a long time. Maybe heat affects the polarizing film. It's 4K 60 hertz. Let me check the display settings for this to see if it's set at 60 hertz or not. It is definitely at 4K. Advanced display. It's at 60 hertz. And oh yeah, what about anti-glare sparkle? Now I'm going by memory. There is some anti-glare sparkle. You can see it, the rainbow sparkle effect. It's not bad. It's definitely there. I feel like the Cintiq Pro 27 has less of it. But yeah, it is definitely noticeable. It's definitely noticeable. I would call it low, like on the low end of moderate. Yeah, now that I see it, yeah, I can see it. It's there. Now, what about pixelation? Well, it's 4K, but it's 32 inches, so you'll definitely see the pixels. This does not feel like a Retina display. Yeah, you'll definitely see the pixels, right? They're not bad. It's not bad, but you know, it's there. Fluffy Dev, the answer is it depends on multiple factors. You are correct that when the PPI is large, meaning there's many more pixels per inch. Actually, it's the inverse of what you're saying, Fluffy Dev. More PPI will tend to increase the amount of anti-glare sparkle. And this has lower PPI. But PPI is only meaning there are fewer pixels per inch. And that's based on some research. I can send the research paper and my own observations. The second thing is, remember, it's not just the PPI, there's also the specific anti-glare treatment. So the anti-glare treatment that is used on that specific glass for that tablet will also cause differences in anti-glare sparkle. As an example, I know of some 16-inch 4K pen displays where there's barely any anti-glare sparkle, and from another brand, another tablet, same 16 inches, same 4K, much more sparkle. So there's the specific treatment involved as well. Maybe the different texture or something, but definitely more PPI contributes to it more. I would say that's fair. I'm surprised I see as much here. It's not bad at all. Low end of modern. But it's one of those things that once you might not notice it at first, but once your eye catches it, you're like, oh yeah, I see it. I see it all over the place. Cintiq Pro 27 is definitely better for anti-glare sparkle than this. Another thing, sorry, I'm not tipping my tongue. It was anti-glare sparkle. Oh, softness, pixel softness. Pixels are pretty crisp here. Not as crisp as an iPad, but pretty crisp. If you remember, I always say the Canvas Pro 19 has a little bit of soft pixels because of it's actually due to the anti-glare treatment. This does not seem that way. This seems pretty crisp. I think you'll be happy. If you want to see the pixels nice and square, you'll definitely see the pixels, and they're definitely nice and square. So this is good. This is very good. I don't regret getting this at all, and it makes me want to spend time with it. I originally was just going to put this on stream and play around with it and not do anything with it. But now I want to use it. Like I really want to use this device and play around with it and actually do some art on it, because it's actually in a more, because I put the legs are there, which I forgot about. It's actually at a decent angle, right? It's actually a decent angle. And because touch is on, but notice something. Do you notice what's happening here? Touch isn't causing me to draw. Now, whether that's Krita or Windows or the driver or something, I don't know. But that surprised the hell out of me. Right? The touch is active, but it's not causing me to draw. I'm trying to make it draw. It's not drawing. Okay? It just ain't doing it. And there is a drawing brush selected. Actually, where the hell is my pen? Oh, and your pen might roll under the tablet, so you got to check all the time. Where's the pen? I don't know where my pen is now. Oh, there it is. It rolled to the left of the tablet. See, I'm drawing here. Touch is not drawing. What? I don't know what happened. I mean, I'm happy though. Like, what? Okay, so touch will bring up. Let's see if it'll bring up a menu. Let me take the pen out of my hand. Okay, holding it down will cause the menu to come up. So what's the secret? Why does it work so well now? This is useful. Did it draw there? It might have drawn just now. This little dot right here, I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna try to make it happen again. Oh, now I can do it. It seems like there's a combination of things I can do that causes it, but it won't normally do it. See, it stopped doing it just a second ago. If I bring this up and then click on a color and then move my finger down and hold it down, sometimes it'll start drawing. Sometimes it won't though. I can't do it then. I gotta study more then. Why does this seem to have a better touch response than other monitors? With other displays, it seems like I can touch and it will not do what I expect. But here, okay, I don't know how I got to that mode here. Okay, now I'm a little confused. Okay, there's a little bit of, sometimes touch is not responding. You see this? Pinch out, pinch in, pinch out. Like it's not. Okay, maybe I'm not satisfied with the touch. Maybe I'm back to thinking touch is not great on this thing. It was working great, I thought, a minute ago. But you see it? It's just not responding the way you'd expect. Oh, wait a sec, I get. Oh, touching twice is undoing. Let me redo. No wonder. Yeah, the gestures are messing me up. That's what's going on. Okay, I'm going to take back my statement. I'm not sure if I like the touch. It was working. I think it's also pressure related. When I gently touch, I can rotate and do this. But when I press down hard, sometimes it registers quite differently. See, that time that the pressing down hard came off as an undo. Watch this. Okay, watch. If I just gently touch and start rotating, smooth and easy. Okay? I'm just gently touching. If I press down hard and let go, it's an undo. So it seems to be how I do the touch can affect how it's treated. Interesting. I'm gonna have to spend more time with touch. And maybe even understand on other Wacom devices. Let me try doing something related here. Let's see, Nebula Scott says. Let's see. It can rarely, unless you have pen where tablet can see, then it won't make marks at all with the touch. Touch is crap, Nick says. I understand why some users want it after iPads, Samsung tablets. Yeah, and I don't understand why it's not working. I mean, sorry, I don't understand what's stopping tablets from making touch work much better. I just don't get that. Yeah, a cube. I think you're right. It is doing something special when I press hard, and I can just show it to you again. Light 2 fingers, right? Heavy 2 fingers, lift up. Light 2 fingers, lift. Oh, wait a second. Okay, it's oh man, it's just okay. So they can both undo. So a light 2 finger touch will undo. Let me just draw more stuff here. But I don't know what it is. Sometimes it seems like heaviness causes a very different behavior, and sometimes it seems like light causes a different behavior. It is strange. In either case, sometimes you'll see me pinch or zoom out, and it just doesn't catch the gesture at all. So I always tell people if you're expecting an iPad-like experience, you're never going to get it. It's missing that one right there. See? And that began with a light touch too. Marks with touch unless pen within registration. Let's try that. Okay, I'm going to hold the pen like where. I'm not seeing the pattern. I think it's behaving very similarly when the pen's in range or not. Let me try this. Let me draw with the pen. Does touch do anything? No. If I lift off, does it do it? Yeah. But if I take it out of hover range, does it still do something? It does, but sometimes it's inconsistent. The problem is overall the behavior is so inconsistent, I don't know what's normal. I don't know what even to expect. Might be interesting to get this. Yeah, I'll try uninstalling the Wacom and I'll load up OTD. We'll see. I believe the touch is not great with displays because Windows and Apple have poor integration for touch on PC. Mobile is much. Yeah, mobile is just it's designed for that. Okay, I'm gonna get some ice in my water. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. Nebula Scott says, yeah, it does. I mean, accidentally making marks with touch. Use all the time at 16 Pro for rotate and zoom. I've just got to do more experimentation with it. Okay, I'm going to try just a little bit of just sketching. Do I have Rebel on this thing? I'm not sure if I installed it. I don't. I'll just use Krita. And let's just do a little creative drawing for a while. Just to see, I mean, just to get my groove going on this, okay? Okay, now my forearm is bringing up that thing, so I gotta be careful. Yeah, see, here's what happens. I touch the screen and then it'll do something when I don't want it to do. See that? I was trying to reach to a brush there, and this is why touch for me is always a frustrating experience. I'm gonna turn it off. Okay, good. I turned it off and tried to use it. Okay, let's pick a brush. Let's pick a brush. I will pick some kind of pencil. Well, I'll do a little bit of sketching, just to see, and I'll take questions while I'm doing it. Again, the test is just to see what it's like drawing on something that's so. You see what I did? I am habituated to touch. I just cannot stop trying to make it work. So I'm gonna go back to my shortcuts, and I don't have my toolbox set up for this yet, so that's another thing. I can definitely feel more heat now. Again, it's not bad. It's just, it definitely gets warm here. Right here. And then a little bit along the bottom. Okay, let's try that. Let's try size. This and opacity 50, roughly speaking. Okay, maybe not 0.8 pixels, but, and I want a different color. Black. Right. Okay, what should we draw? I don't know. We'll just draw a random face here. I don't know if I told you, I really cannot draw. I can't draw at all. So I'll just sketch something out here. And maybe I'll make it a bit darker so you can see what I am trying to do here. And some of you will say, hey, you're trying to do the Loomis method. Now, maybe I am. I did read the Loomis book. I know some people are like, they hate the Loomis method. But that was like the first time I actually ever studied something. So I wouldn't say I'm a student of Loomis, but it had a big impact on how I think about a face. So we're going to try. I know you can barely see it. I apologize. I'm going to try to make it a little more obvious for you what the heck is going on here. The thing that I got from Loomis, and I know you're not going to like it, is just like how the different slabs of meat on the face appear. And again, I'm just doing this freehand, so I apologize if it is not good looking. And I'm not doing it terribly realistic. I'm just kind of drawing something. Just, again, this is not to show off anything. It's more just to see what's it feel like for me to draw at this size. How does it affect what I draw? Does my arm get tired out? I'm enjoying the size. I really am, to be honest. I am definitely enjoying the size. Let's see. Loomis is classic. I mean, it is classic. When I think of the Loomis method, I really always think of sculpture. I was always fascinated by the way Loomis did eyes, especially because his eyes remind me of like sculpture. Not that I'm an expert in sculpture, just he always drew his eyelids a certain way, and it always reminded me, you know, when you. This is gonna sound stupid, but like the first time you realize that eyelids have a thickness, and that thickness is something you can draw, that separates them from the whites of the eye. It's kind of interesting. And I like the way sculpture, sort of like the old classical sculpture looks. The proportions and the way they draw their faces a little more exaggerated. Again, I'm just going to repeat, I cannot actually draw. But I'm liking the size. I really am. Okay, I'm going to get the opacity a little higher now. And get the brush size a bit bigger. I just want to get... Why is it not drawing? Oh, I shifted it to white. Huh. No wonder I felt like my lines weren't showing up well enough for a few seconds. You know who I found to be an interesting source of information about faces? Was plastic surgeons. Every field, as you know, develops a vocabulary that's kind of the things that they normally say. I'll give you an example. My mom and dad were doctors, and they had older patients, but you know what they say instead of older patients? They say geriatrics. I had a geriatric today. And so that's now I'm a geriatric. But that's the way, you know, you develop these like phrases unique to your industry. And plastic surgeons have little phrases they use about describing faces. Right? Like the vermilion line of a lip. I'm not liking the eyes that I did, to be quite honest. I'm not liking any of this. I hate this. I'm going to shade it in a little bit. Let's see. I do think other tablets can get warm. I don't think... But I do. Here's why I think Wacom's have fans for the Pro models and get warm, because they tend to be brighter, and brightness will produce more heat, right? And the Skycrack. You know what? Now that you say that, the power cable is like, if I put my power cable is like plugged in this area, roughly about here, so that would be around where I do feel the heat. So that's actually a good point. You can even sculpt it if you tried ZBrush. There are a few funny ways you can make eyelids and eyeballs. I tried ZBrush, I think, once, but I'm not really... Well, as you can tell, I can't really draw. But I'm going to shade this in a little bit. Again, I'm not doing this just to draw for you. I'm doing it more for... What's it feel like? What does it feel like? Actually, I'm going to do some thicker lines here, some line work. Things I don't normally do here. I don't draw like this. I don't draw, I draw meme frogs these days. I forgot to draw the philtrum. Euchre says, I thought the reason Cintiqs have heat and coolers was because they could work without a computer. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I think it's due to the brightness. Also, there's some theory, Euchre, that the digitizer that senses the pen, that creates or generates even some more heat. Now, I'm not sure how true that is, but I can understand why it might be the cause. Because pen tablets don't get warm. So it's not, just having a digitizer doesn't mean heat, right? Okay, I'm going to try to explain something which is a little bit difficult. Remember I was talking about Roman statues? And there's one of, I think it's Caracalla. Let me find Caracalla. Or no, I know who exactly to show you. But before I show you his sculpture, his bust, it's a guy named Sulla, and Sulla is very famous. If you study Rome, he's a guy who said something like, let it never be said. I mean, I may be getting this wrong, but like, there is no friend or enemy that I have not repaid in kind. And I'm fascinated by the character of Sulla because he was like, the portrait that's painted of him is one of someone who's cruel. But also, he's kind of weirdly like of the common people, even though he is the emperor, and he's kind of a cruel guy. And not necessarily nice, but he was also boisterous, and I think he was appreciated by the people he commanded, at least some of them. But he also killed a lot of people. But there's a picture of him, a sculpture of him, which demonstrates a kind of severity of his face. And lots of these old sculptures have that severity of face. The lips are a little more, I don't have any other word for this, succulent. The eyelids the same. There's a little hint of cruelty and haughtiness in the expression. And I'm going to show you Sulla. And it's even more extreme because his nose is cut off. Not in reality, in the sculpture. Give me a second. Sulla. Yeah, so there's a couple of pictures of it, but this is one of them that captures a little bit of the cruelty in his face. Okay, hang on. Right? Can you see it? Oops, you can't see it. Sorry. Here we go. No, not that. We want... Oh, I didn't add the shortcut. Hang on. Isn't that it? Isn't that what I want? Oh, I didn't... sorry, I'll just do it overhead. Sorry, my mistake. You see it? There's a bit of cruelty in the face. You can see how the eyelids come there. I just really like the style. Here's another one, which is a classic Sulla look. This is the statue I was thinking of, or the sculpture, rather. Hang on. Oh, come on, Sulla. Yeah, accept. This one is famous. This one is really famous. You see that? Severe looking guy. Let's see. One thing I'm wondering, Nick says, having huge 32-inch white artboard glowing in your face, is it more comfortable to invert in paint? I don't like doing that. I've tried that. I just don't enjoy doing that. It confuses me to see white on black. It just I draw differently. It doesn't look right for me. I know some people, I guess, could do it. Instead of for me, I just turn down the brightness if that's going to be an issue. Okay, let me get some more water. And then I'm going to do a little bit of just quick shade. Again, the purpose is not really to draw. It's for me to feel what it's like to use something this big. This is gigantic. The first thing I'll tell you is it feels very natural. I didn't expect to say that. I thought it'd be like, oh, my arm is getting tired going up. I'm not really feeling that way. Now I have to ask myself why. And I think one reason is the tablet is not vertical. It's not like angled up too high. It's kind of, I can rest my arm on the tablet Okay, that's a nice feeling. Like I don't feel like I'm straining. My arm's a little bit long for my height, so I don't feel like I'm straining even to get to the corners here. Not that I'm at the corners, but that's occupied by these pallets. So my hand's in a decent drawing. This is way more comfortable than I thought. I might even give the Cintiq Pro 27 another chance because of this, to be quite honest. Okay, let me do another kind of brush here. Let me add a new layer. And what kind of brush do I want? Is there a watercolor? I have not used these watercolors, so I'm not sure. I'm just gonna try this one on the vague hope it actually does something useful. That's too much. That's too much. Let me see if I can. If there's a better brush to try, you let me know, right? Oh, that's way too crazy. The problem is I'm used to pressing down so hard. I wasn't trying to go for a very extreme look there. That's too much. The other thing about doing these large pen displays is your hand is moving the entire distance, right? And I thought I'd be sort of zooming out to make smaller strokes, but actually I haven't been doing that much. Let me get another paint layer to do a little in a smaller brush. Maybe it's a little too small. And maybe I need to get the opacity back up here. Those eyebrows are looking weird as hell, huh? I did not mean to do it this crazy. It's partly just the brush I chose. Partly just I'm talentless. But again, this is just a sketch to see what it's like using this. Not really satisfied with it, but you get the idea. Ugh, it's awful. One thing that is throwing me off a little bit is I'm not used to drawing quite this big. Like I'm drawing with much smaller strokes. So maybe there's something that teaches me about what I need to learn. So, but it really feels good, to be honest. I'm enjoying using the strokes. I'm enjoying the feeling of going the distance across this tablet. I can see why, if you were a serious illustrator, you'd like this, right? And I'm just trying to create some lines here, just so I can just feel it a little bit. And I'll do one final thing, and then we'll call it. We'll switch over to trying OTD on this thing. I'm gonna add a little bit of white highlights for some things. Oops. I think a different brush would be called for here. Actually, let's do that. Do a little erasing with this white brush as well. Okay, looks like it's awful, but you know what? It got my point. It allowed me to do the test I wanted, which is this actually feels nice to draw on. I'm surprised. I had the Cintiq Pro 27. I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. It's not that I didn't like it at all. I didn't find the experience compelling. Would be a better way of saying it. And I'm not really blaming the Cintiq Pro 27. I'm more just saying when I used it, it didn't feel like I needed to really spend time there. It was more like, okay, I'm gonna try it and let's see how. This, even though it's larger, surprisingly, I'm having more fun. Why I feel different about the two, I don't know. Is it the bezels? Is it the extra size? Is it the lack of noise? Actually, let me check the noise. Okay, at 75% brightness, it is not as loud. I can't hear anything. So 100% I could hear the fans, 75% I could not. I cannot. Okay, let me just save this just in case. Okay, I'm waiting for the save dialog somewhere. Oh, I erased my wobble test. That's what it was. Okay, whatever. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna uninstall the Wacom driver, install Open Tablet driver. Well, I'm gonna use OTA to do it, but we'll get it done. And this will let me test that everything actually works anyway. So let's find the Wacom driver. So if you can find a used Cintiq Pro 32 that is not scratched up, and you might get a pretty good deal on it. This was $1,200 US. It became like 1,300 something after tax for me. So I'm happy. I think it was a good deal. You will need space. You need to be realistic, and you're gonna have to dedicate a desk to it. So that's one negative. The legs are very useful because you don't need to get a stand. I mean, it's not fully necessary, though you might want to use a separate one or an arm. Okay, how do I add a move? Let's find Wacom. Uninstall. Yes, uninstall. Okay, and it's going to reboot. And then we'll try what Cube said. Waiting for Wacom to do its uninstall business. Then this is a good test for how OTA works actually. So it's gonna restart, then I'm gonna launch the OTA app, and then I'm gonna just run it, and we're gonna see if it does the thing it says it's gonna do, which is handle all the business for me. Okay, let's put you on my face so you don't see me just boot black screen for a while. And put my keyboard on top here. Someone in the Discord mentioned, wouldn't it be great if there was a artboard type thing to put your tablet on and the board itself had buttons? I'm starting to like the idea. Kind of like a little table that was like a tour box. Okay, let's log in. I'm surprised how much I like it. I really am. And I'm, because it is heavy to move, I actually might find some protective surface to put on this and just keep it on my desk as opposed to moving it. I'm not going to put anything too heavy here, so it's not going to break the glass. I'm glad I bought this. I really am. Okay, so let's do the test here. Let's put you to overhead. I think that's safe. And we're going to try testing. Oops, my ears got disconnected. Hello, come on. Oh, Wi-Fi is off. I want Bluetooth on. There we go. Okay. So let's see if I can do this correctly. And I'll put it on screen for you as soon as I find it. Open Tablet Artist, bin, debug, net. Okay, I found it. So I'm going to click Open Tablet Artist, which should guide me through the install process. Well, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott. I definitely felt that, moving the shoulders more than the arm. Felt nice. It felt really nice. And thanks for the nice words on the drawing. Oh, I see. I missed some comments. Yeah, the brow ridge was too aggressive. It definitely was. Maybe it might, again, I'm not used to drawing that big, so I'm not sure I get the full picture of the face. Because it's bigger than any paper I normally draw on. Are the colors good? The colors look fine. I mean, like, this is 10 years old, but this looks great. It really looks good. I mean, I'm very happy with the colors. Nothing looks unusual. I'm around a lot of monitors that have good color, and like I like it. And of course, I've used a lot of this pen displays. Okay, so in Open Tablet Artist, first thing it does, it tells me vMulti is not installed, so we'll fix that. We're going to install it. And it did the user prompt thing. vMulti installed. A restart is recommended. Yeah, let's go ahead and just restart. I cannot wait to use this for more stuff. And Nick says color accuracy is great on 24 and 32 Pro. Yeah, I liked it. I was surprised because I know that the old Cintiq 22 looks very out. I expected this to be better, but I guess what I'm trying to say is if this was a modern monitor, a pen display, you wouldn't think anything of it. You'd be like, yeah, this looks totally good. It definitely feels premium. It definitely feels premium. And you know what? As weird as it is to say this, I'm a believer right now. I'm digging the bezels, honestly. Right? I know some people hate bezels, and I didn't get why some people love them. I get it. I get it now. It's hard to type with the keyboard on the glass because the glass is picking up my hands as touching. Okay, so I think we're there. What do I want to do? Right, we just want to make sure OTA. Let's see if it actually recognizes the tablet. See what it says. I don't think it supports it. So I think what did Cube want me to do? Turn on the tablet debugger. Okay, it does not recognize the tablet. But that's fine. I'm just going to launch OTD. I just launched OTA so I can get... Galbus, no, this is old. This is 10 years old. But it's the largest pen display Wacom ever made. I'm going to launch Open Tablet Drivers interface. Let's take a look. And again, my audio was disconnected. Again. Okay. He wanted me to do what? He wanted me to run the tablet debugger, I believe. Yeah, Nick, I think you're right. I think a TurboX would work great here. Do I have a TurboX nearby? I don't think I do. It would, it would cover some part of the screen, obviously, but like, it would be kind of nice to have a TurboX right about there. But I can imagine a small keyboard at the top and a TurboX maybe on the left or on the next to the tablet. I'd have my drawing needs met. Maybe a macro pad somewhere else. Okay, I think he wanted me to run tablet debugger. Is it getting anything? Oh, I see. It needs a config. Is there a config, Cube? I can check with my check for more configs button. Is there one? So I know that the colors are messed up right now because of a bug. I don't see one in listed. Yeah, it is very large, 32 inches. Let's see if I can find a config. Yeah. If you can help with the config, I'll try it out. I mean, that would be great. I mean, I want to use OTD with this, obviously, right? And actually, I guess that will help me learn how to do this for what do you call it? Other tablets I have. Let's see, Nick says nobody's ever. I can imagine that. Given the audience of OTD, I can totally imagine. I may be the first. I've seen people attaching 3D printed shelves. Yes, Nick. Okay, where is I'm looking at the config information for OTD. Let's take a look here. This is actually kind of fun that I can use my normal camera to show you the full screen. Let's see, Google. Not googler.com, come on. I'm just going to use Google like anybody else. Config for a tablet. When I touch the screen, something weird happens, so. For OTD, which is irritating because I don't want it to do anything. Guide, adding support for a new tablet. Okay, here we go. Prelude. The Prelude is a long-form poem by William Wordsworth. Preparing your system. Yeah, I did all that. Yeah. Configuration template. Copy a neighboring configuration from the configurations folder. Okay, let's do that. OTA has some links to where OTD does stuff that makes it a bit easier for me to find stuff. So, okay. Where are the... Got it. They were having problems. You think I should try what they made? Actually, where do I find the configs here? Oh, it's built into the project, right? I guess I have to go to the GitHub. Let's see. I can ping you in the OTD server in the thread if you want me to run you through it. Let me try. Let me try. I mean, I tell you what. You tell me what you'd like me to do. If it would be more valuable for me to try it myself, I'm totally happy to do that. Or if you want me to just get it working using the pre-existing thing, you just whatever would be more useful for you and the OTD devs. I'm totally happy trying out, because that's why I do this stuff, right? So that other people get something out of it. So you just tell me. But there is a config. I mean, okay. I guess what I'm saying is, this has been a question I've always had. Probably there is an existing. Actually, I know which tablets OTD supports, right? Don't I? Releases supported tablets right here. Cintiq Pro. So the 22 is, oh, these are the modern ones. Okay. So what I understand is there are no configs for existing Cintiq Pros of this generation. Okay. So let's go back to this. If your manufacturer does not have an existing template, please use configuration skeleton. Okay. So there isn't a pre-existing one, so I'll try this. Unless you tell me otherwise. Where is it? Gone says this we. Okay, maybe I'm confused. Oh, is this a bug for a feature request? I thought it was going to lead me to an actual. Please use the configuration skeleton. Okay, where is it? Am I missing something? Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. I'll do that. I will try to make it on my own. Because I'm happy to. I mean, I think I have. You told me there's a list of tablets I have that you don't have configs for, so you know I've got the time to try. Okay, so but I do need help right now, which is like, where is the skeleton config? Because it's not this bug or this GitHub issue is a request to add one, but the doc talks as if one exists, and that's not clear here. Okay, maybe I'll just do another Google search. Open tablet. Sorry, I have to type in such a weird way because touch is active, which is a pain in the ass because of Windows. Okay, the skeleton doesn't exist. I'm not sure how it looks. Okay, so how do I start with something then, Cube? I guess I can take a random one and start editing it, if that works then. So I might as well just begin with. Okay, that would be great if you can find one. At least I can begin with something. In the meanwhile, I'm going to see if I can just take a look. I've never actually looked at a config, to be quite honest. So let's see if I can find one here. Sorry for there's a rendering error. That's why everything looks dark here. That's a bug. Let's install a config for something. Wacom DTH-3220. Sure, why not? Why not just install this? I don't have the tablet, but I can take a look at it, right? Okay, this is the config, and it's a JSON. Great. Let me open the configs folder, and I'm just going to create. I think you said configs are dangerous, so I'm just going to copy this and put it in my documents for a second. Where's my paste button? Paste. DTH, what is this, 3200? Is that, actually I don't even know what model this is. 32, I think it's 3220. Okay, let me look that up though, I actually don't know. Cintiq Pro 32 model number. DTH-3220. Okay, got it. I got that right. Okay. So let me open this up. Let's just see what the heck this is about. You know I'm going to put this in Claude and ask it to help me at some point. Maybe Claude can help, really. Okay. Digitizer, height, width, max X, max Y. Okay, okay. Max pressure, sure. Button count, sure. Auxiliary buttons, 0. This has no auxiliary buttons. Digitizer identifiers, vendor, probably the same vendor, I guess. Product ID, don't know. Input report length, don't know. Then there's a report parser. Okay, so so far it doesn't look too scary. Now where do I get this information about width, height, max X, max Y? Let me think about this for a second. Is it something I can just calculate using the resolution of, you understand what I'm asking? Can I just like do some math? But I don't know the width and height exactly. Okay, I guess I can find that out though, can't I? Let's try it. I mean, at least this gets me going. The spec should be here, right? And we know it's 5080 per inch, right? Right? Okay, this says the OTD wiki. Okay, it's all in the OTD wiki. Okay, maybe I jumped a little too far ahead. Okay. Okay, I'll just follow the instructions as they're written. Configuring the digitizer identifier. Configuring is the bread and butter of tablet detection. I think the challenge here it's like telling me to get the identifier, like it's telling me to put the identifier and the vendor ID somewhere, but it's not really clear where to fetch it from. Or maybe I misunderstood. Let me just read this again, sorry. By the way, I gotta say something. If you're gonna put this 32-inch display in front of you and read something, it's crazy. Like your eyes are scanning really far apart. So I'm gonna move it over to like the right side and have Windows snap it. It's a little easier to deal with. Configuring the digitizer identity. Yeah, but where do you get the identity? Configuring section covers how to. Uh, sure, sure. If you, yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Let me just try to figure out how this actually works with my this audio thing. I think it will work, but we're streaming and we're gonna call, so let me turn off my music and let's do that. Okay. I've never done this. This is gonna be interesting. And I don't think your voice will come through on the stream unless you want it, unless you want it to. Let's see, Discord. Nebula Scott says, can you find the identifier in Device Manager? I guess that, I don't know. I don't know. This is all completely new to me. I have never looked at the data that's in the config. In fact, to be honest, I'm surprised how little there is in there. I just thought the config was going to be much more complicated. But it looks like it's a challenge of just looking stuff up. Okay, let me start. Let me go to the Discord. Oh, and if people wonder which Discord I'm talking about, I'm going to paste the link here. Okay. Okay, just so everyone knows. If you're interested in drawing tablets, that's a Discord to get into. Okay, let me see. We're going to see if this works. Discord, where's the VC? Okay. Okay, I am there. I don't know if I don't know if this is actually going to work, but we'll see. It says I'm muted. Okay, I can hear. Am I muted still? Am I? How do I unmute? Okay, let me try this. If there's any weird feedback, I'll let you know. Okay, I think Cube, you should be hearing my audio through the Discord. If you don't want me to do that, and you can just hear me through the stream, that's fine. But I think you're hearing me in real time, where everyone else is hearing me kind of delayed. Okay, yeah, I can hear you, Cube. Okay, this is great. I can hear him, and he can hear me, so that's good. Cube, your voice cannot be heard on the stream. Do you want it to be or not? You should just tell me whichever one. I'm good either way. That's right. I'll sound a little touched. Okay, so I'm gonna. I think. Let me turn it on and just speak for a second. Okay, when I tell you to. Okay, just speak. Just say something.
Okay, hello, can you hear me on stream?
Yeah, everyone, just if you heard him, put it in chat. Cube, I think I saw the levels, and your voice did go through, so it should have been broadcast to everybody. And let me get a sip of water. But everyone, you can help us if you can just put in the chat that you heard his voice. Okay. So Cube, I guess I don't know if you heard me what I was saying just a minute ago. I think my confusion is this, and maybe I'm not reading the wiki correctly. It's telling me to put information in the config, which I totally get, but it's not totally, okay, they can hear you. It's not totally clear where I get the information, like these IDs, right?
Yeah, it probably should be more clear on that. So you can export diagnostics from OTD, and it will list all the devices that OTD can see. And it might not be every endpoint, but because sometimes OTD doesn't have permission to see some, but it'll show everything OTD can see like that.
Okay, so first step for anybody who needs to add a config is to export the diagnostics.
Yeah.
Okay, and just one clarification, because I think one thing that's confused me is OTD. There's two ways OTD. Sorry, how can I say this? Configs are for tablets OTD knows about, but diagnostics it gives you information even if there isn't a config. That's correct?
Yeah, so it gives you information on every HID device that OTD can see, but it also gives you like logs and stuff. It's like
Okay.
general troubleshooting stuff.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. And guys, you're seeing. I'm pretty sure this is You tell me, Q, but I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've ever heard of someone doing live streaming a config creation.
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay, where did I put the OTD UI here? Hang on. Somewhere here I have it. Oh, here it is. If this works, this is going to be great because then I can just repetitively do this for every tablet that needs a config that I have. Okay, diagnostics is actually, where is diagnostics? You export diagnostics, right?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. And I just save it in my documents. And there we go. And then let's take a look at my documents. There's diagnostics.json. Okay, and there's a glare in my eye, so I have to move my head in this weird way. What? Oh, there's a lot. Oh, this is a huge file. What should I be looking for?
So you just need to look at the HID devices at the top, and that'll have your vendor ID and product ID and the input output report lengths. For Wacom tablets, we're generally just looking at the input report length. Should be able to get away with that.
Okay, so let me just type in like find, right? And search for Wacom. That'll get there, I suppose.
Yeah, you're looking for 1386 for the vendor ID.
Okay, got it. Let's do
They
that.
don't always label they don't always have Wacom in the name, but
1386. Okay, there's a bunch of things here. So there's a let's see. This must be it, right? Cintiq Pro 32.
yeah, there probably is going to be multiple.
Multiple. Okay, let's take a look at the other ones. They all, oh, some of these have different product IDs. Oh, this is the touch one, which this is touch. So that had a different product ID of 854 instead of 850. Sometimes the report length is changing for the, it's interesting.
Yeah, so that 64 input report on the touch is probably the aux endpoint that we would want to open, but you know, you handle the aux endpoint after the actual digitizer. Digitizer should be something that's like at least 8 for the input report, usually.
Okay, let me take a quick scan of these. This is the one you went about, say, input report length 64.
Your stream's like considerably delayed, so I'm not exactly looking at
Oh,
what
I'm
you're
sorry.
looking
I'm
about.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can show you a more live stream version of it since you're on Discord. Okay. I forgot that you're not seeing what I'm seeing live, even though our voices are connected. This may or may not work, so let's just see. Let me. Oh, can this work? No, fuck. Okay, maybe it will. Maybe it will. Let me try. Because I'm on two different machines, right? And okay, this is gonna be weird as hell. This is so silly. Okay, everyone, I hope I didn't disconnect anything, but oh, it's backwards, which is awesome.
I think it's fine, actually. I think it's just on your end, it's backwards.
Okay, okay,
It looks correct on my end.
okay. So do you see it live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I was pointing at.
Yeah, so that would be the touch endpoint. That's most likely to actually have the touch point information on it.
And what signals that for you? Is it the report length?
Yeah, I mean, for Wacom, typically they have 64 for their aux endpoints that have, sometimes they'll have touch, sometimes they won't, but yeah, usually the 64 there. But it's not necessarily that it's like a standard thing on all tablets. It's just kind of a Wacom thing.
Okay, just a pattern
Sometimes
you've
it's not.
noticed.
Yeah.
Okay, so would this gives me the vendor ID is known, right? But product ID is what I need.
Yeah, but you probably want the 850 for the actual digitizer.
Let me
Because we
scroll
can
up.
add it as like the auxiliary endpoint will be a separate thing
Okay, let me
in your
scroll up
config.
to the previous examples here, like this one.
Yeah, that one's probably a good one to test.
Okay, okay, let's try that. Okay, so I've got the old one here. Let me just copy information here over the product name, right? I'll add, I think that should do it. Control V, DTH-3220. Control S, save. Okay, there's that. And then what's the next thing I need? The vendor ID is already set, so we're good, right?
Yeah.
1386. Product ID. So should I use 850 or 854?
So for this, you want to use 850 most likely.
Okay.
So we'll use 854 later.
Okay. 850. Got it. And then import report length. Should these
Yeah, you can put the 27 in for
27?
that.
Okay. Okay, report parser.
So I don't think it's gonna be V1 parser, but you can test it. I don't know. I don't know for sure which one it'll be.
Okay.
You can also just remove that line entirely and it won't parse. It'll just like show you the raw data. Um,
And then we can figure out which
sometimes
one to
when it
use.
actually, yeah, because sometimes when it parses, it can throw an error because it's like parsing the wrong data.
Okay, so
But
just remove it or
yeah,
rename
you
it.
can just remove it.
Okay, we'll remove it.
It's called, it like implicitly uses a parser called the pass-through report parser,
Got it.
which doesn't output anything.
Okay, and then feature init report. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
so you can just leave it as AGI. It's almost always that for Wacom. There's a couple others that some tablets have sometimes, but it's
Okay,
a safe bet to generally leave it as that.
and button count should 0, right?
Um, if it's 0, you can just remove the auxiliary buttons thing entirely.
Okay, got it.
And make sure to remove the trailing comma on the pen thing above it.
Oh, got it, got it. Okay, I will do that. Thank you. I
Yeah,
always
because
miss those.
it's against JSON spec to leave that in. Which you actually will parse it, but if you make a PR like that, it'll yell at you.
And what is it? 8191, right? For max
I
pressure.
assume so. I actually don't know.
Let me double
But
check.
we can verify the specs later
Okay, okay,
in the debugger once it gets parsing.
okay. And then height and width.
Yeah,
Height.
you can verify that later too.
Okay,
This is only for mapping things.
got it, got it.
So yeah, you can save this config and OGG should detect the tablet.
Okay, let me save it. It's in my documents, so I'll put it in the right place. And everyone on the stream, I hope you're enjoying this deep dive into OTD configuration. I've always wondered what this was like, and now we are discovering. And the best thing is, Cube, I can actually ask Google to like summarize what we talked about, so that I can sort of feed it back in, right, to instructions. Okay, where did I need to get to? I need to get to where the configs are. The configs are, let me open the folder and copy it from my documents. All right, okay. I'm gonna open it one more time here, just confirm that it is what I wanted. Yep, okay, and let me delete, okay. Great, okay, now I am back to OTD and diagnostics. Oh no, sorry.
You can run, so you can go to tablets, go to detect tablet. It'll redetect all the tablets.
Okay, let's hit it. Oh, I need the console, don't I?
Okay. So Caesar config override. It still is not detecting. Go back to the diagnostics and see. I can just export new ones. Yeah.
Okay, export. Replace it. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I see. So it says yeah. So it can't actually open this endpoint. Um. See, are there any others that have the 850 that are
Yeah, yeah.
a reason like yeah?
There's
I mean
this one.
that one's probably not it. Um.
I'm looking for, let's see. That's 854. That's 850. Here's another one.
Okay. Well, 192. That's it. Yeah. Put 192 for the info report. I didn't know we had that one.
And what I'm just curious because it seems like you have mystical knowledge of input report length. What is triggering?
All right. Okay, so 192 is really common on like I don't know I don't know exactly what range. Maybe like around the like 2017 Intuos
Yeah,
Pro and
yeah,
forward.
yeah.
We started using 192 a lot. But then if you have the Wacom drivers installed, it's 193.
Oh, interesting. Oh, so it sounds like when you all are creating configs, there's a little bit of trial and error in going through that. You discovered this pattern. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so just do the same redetection.
Yeah, it should work now.
Okay, detect tablet.
Okay. Does that one also say it can't open it? Because it should be able to.
Um, should I open up more information here, like debug?
You could.
Okay, let's just do a
It'll
read.
have it at the bottom, but
It's at the bottom.
well, at the bottom it'll say the config overrides get thrown at the bottom. Yeah, so just didn't find it in the search. Go back to the tag you already exported
Okay,
and see because 192 should be we should be able to open that, but maybe there's something up
tab
with
over
that.
there. Okay, it was this one. Okay,
Okay, so this is can open true. Okay. Are you sure you're saving your config? Are you sure you're actually editing the right config file?
uh, good question. Well, maybe I didn't save it. Okay, let's save it again, and I will double check the saving by opening it up from that location. Okay, I know I have. Sorry, where is that? So I have to reach my finger in a weird way to get this tabbing over. Where is it? Config folders. Let me open it up from that folder and verify. So it is set to 192. I did save it. Okay. Then
Okay.
let's get back to this and let's do a redetection.
Oh, there it goes.
You got it?
Okay. Yeah, it detected.
How did you see that? Oh, I
In the
see. The
bottom,
top, the
in the
top
bottom
icon.
left.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
see. I
on
see.
the top
Sorry.
bar too. Yeah.
My eyes are just not trained.
Yes.
What you guys intuitively know to look at. Okay.
Yeah. So now you can go to the debugger.
Okay. Now you go to tablet debugger. Okay. Now I try doing something with a pen, right?
Yeah.
Let's find the pen here. Okay. And
So yeah, there it is. You can see the raw data.
oh, I see. The data is coming. It's just not picking up the mapping or whatever.
Yeah, because we removed the parser, we put on pass through parser.
I see. I
It's not
see.
actually doing anything with the data. It's just showing that there is data.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got it. Okay. So how do we make sense of the raw tablet data here?
So, and the easiest thing to do is just like throw in random parsers and see which one you get if you're not
Okay.
sure.
That works.
Uh, see
That
which
works.
one works. But I'm quite sure this is going to be Intuos V2 report parser.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
open up if you open up like the PTH 460 config,
Yep.
it should have that parser. You could just copy paste.
Where are those configs in the
Uh,
OTD folder? Is it embedded in the code or is it a
yeah, so it's embedded in the daemon.
Okay, so I have to look it up from the GitHub, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get there.
When you get into repo, it'll be there's an open tablet driver dot configurations folder, then configurations, Wacom, and then the
Okay,
config.
open tablet driver. Okay, GitHub configurations, Wacom. And you said the PTH like 660, right?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. Let's get this. And let me just download it. Okay. Well, it's online. Okay, I can see. Okay. So which is the one I want? V2. V2, right?
Yep.
Okay, copy this and let's get back to and paste that in.
And put a comma at the end of that line.
Comment, you got it. Sorry, I have to move my hands in a weird way to get this comma there. Comma. And just for visual sake, because I know if there's anyone who's going to catch me about incorrect spacing, it's gonna be you. So I'll
If
say.
you make a PR, the actions will yell at you.
Okay, I did. I'm going to double check I saved it, right? File save, because I know. Yeah, okay. Let's hit it. Redetection.
Yep.
Okay. And then it did this. What was I going to do? Tablet debugger. Okay. Let's see what happens. Whoa. Oh, it actually did. Sorry. I got confused here myself. It is moving. It is moving. Right?
So make sure it's actually, yeah, it looks like it's moving correctly.
Yeah.
Just mapped wrong, which is good.
Right. Because I can see the mouse pointer on my monitor over here. So it is moving. Okay. Which means we need to adjust the dimensions of in the config, right?
Yep.
Okay. Good. Okay, this is starting to make sense here. Let's me over. Okay, so what is it we need? The width, height, max X, max Y.
So max X and max Y are what actually do the mapping, and the width and height are just so you can put in your area in millimeters and it works right.
I see. So we just need max X, max Y.
Yeah, so you can go to debugger and it should show you the max for the max. If you look at the position, you can see you want to find the highest, where that's the highest. Then it should be in the bottom right corner.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so there should be like kind of a dead zone where you move your pen around a little bit.
Yeah.
And it like doesn't move anymore.
Okay. Let me get.
If you want, do you want to make the tablet not move your cursor?
Yeah. Okay. How do I do that?
Okay. So go back to OTD.
Okay.
Yes. The main window.
The main window.
Yeah, go to the output tab.
And
turn on relative mode. And then put 0 for the sensitivity.
Oh my God. Okay. For both, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Save and apply.
It will. Oh.
What?
I'm not sure what that is about.
Let me take a quick look here. Okay, I don't know what just happened. It just freaked. Not a problem. Okay. Not a problem. Let me just go back. Maybe we did something a little untested there. Let me launch it back up again.
I mean, I'm certain that you can set relative mode to 0, 0 because I definitely do that to test stuff myself. So.
Okay, let's just try that again. Where was it at? It was in the output mode. Okay. No. Yes, it was in.
Oh, I think it might have been because OTA was setting your settings at the same time.
Could have been that. And to be fair,
go
ahead.
Yeah, I just noticed that when you close the OTG, when you were in the OTG GUI first, it said absolute mode.
Yeah.
Then you set it to relative mode, and when you opened it again, it was in Windows Ink mode.
Oh, yeah, yeah. This thing is
So
OTA is opinionated, and it will fight settings back into compliance, right?
yeah, so I think there might have been like a race condition where OTG was
Yeah.
trying to fix the settings to what it thinks is correct.
Let me shut down OTA. Where the hell it is? I think it is. I think it is shut down. Yeah, I think the app is shut down. Let me double check real quick. Uh, Quit. Yeah, okay, the app is shut down, or at least it should be. Let's try it again.
The
Save.
pen will still okay. So you might just need to restart it again.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and this is
Yeah,
just to
it's
prevent
going some
the.
weird state.
Do I need to do this, or is this just to make it convenient for me?
It's just so the cursor won't move.
One of the cursor won't move. Okay, okay, okay. This is just doing its business.
It's kind of weird the sync between the GUI and the daemon. It can
Yes.
get messed up.
Okay, let me just restart this thing. Okay, it's crashed. Um, while I'm at it, let me just rule out one other weird thing. So, what's going on, Cubis? And I can't remember how I got into this state, but the OTD that's the daemon that's running is actually one that's built out of the Git submodule in the OTA repo. So it's not the official release. I mean, there's no code change, right? But just to rule out any weirdness, I will actually download the formal sort of release OTD, uh, just so that isn't I haven't inadvertently introduced a weird reason for this thing
Yeah,
to
I
have a
think
problem.
I don't know if there's any changes that would totally break that.
Let's see. Home. Where do I download it at? One of the reasons it gets built out of the OTA repo is that the .NET 8 is embedded in it. So it doesn't require let me extract this thing. Okay, we just needed this one. Okay, there we go. And then let's just
Oh
try.
yeah, and it did happen to get set back to that. So yeah, you can just go to the relative mode.
Relative mode and 0, 0. Okay. Save. Oh,
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Um, so when OTA launches, does it launch the daemon? Does it actually like, is there a daemon running in the background already?
you know what? I think you're
Or does
right.
it
I think I did not catch that. Let me just check here. I don't see anything running, but let me double check.
I mean, you could try starting the daemon in what you just downloaded.
Okay,
It should detect if there's a daemon already running.
okay. Let me just do that. Damon's already running. Okay, so there is something running. Let me kill it. Let me kill it. Let's see what I need. Task manager. Yeah. Let's kill any demons out here. DAE and task. Yeah. Let's make sure nothing crazy is happening. So I'll just go ahead and run it, and you can. Oh, sorry, you can't see it, but just want to confirm with you, it is there. Okay. And then let's do this now. And then set to relative. And hit save. Oh. Okay.
Oh, now
It's not me. It's not me. Okay.
yeah.
So, but I can still get the value I need, right?
Yeah. Should be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. And then later on, I can figure out what the heck is going on with that exception.
Yeah, maybe I should test that on Windows because it's not uh having any issue on Linux right now for me.
Okay, so let's go ahead and change it back to absolute. And what does I need? I need to get to tap debugger. Okay, and I'm just tapping my screen to make sure it's not registering touch, because that gets me confused sometimes. Okay, what is the lowest amount? Or the largest amount? Sorry.
Yeah, that might be right there. Like when you're just like moving a little bit and it
Yeah.
kind of catches in a dead zone, the number values aren't moving.
Yeah. Okay. So 14384. Let me type that in. Oh, can I copy this? Oh no, I can't copy this. Let's get to 14384. 14384. And then what was the other value? 79316. 79316. 79316. Okay, let me hit Control S, save. And then let's go back into this thing. And redetect, right?
Yep.
Okay. And it should have just all, oh, sorry, let me close this darn thing. Let me just do the redetection again. Okay. And now, let's go back to the tablet debugger. Okay. I am getting values, but now it touches on the how can I say, before I could actually see the mouse sort of somewhere on one of the monitors. Now I'm not seeing it anywhere. Oh, wait a second. No, I do see it. Sorry. Okay. I was getting confused.
I think it's mapped to
mapping.
yeah.
Yes.
I think it's yeah.
Let's close this here. Take a look. Okay, yeah, okay.
So it's not
The right thing is actually happening, almost. I just have to be careful not to touch the monitor. Okay, let me tell you what's happening here. So you can't see it, but you see the blue screen, right? It is moving there, right? Like I am able to move it, but it's very distorted. In other words, here you can see my fingers. Let me sort of do this for you. From right here to right here is the full width of this device, right? So it's like a small region here is mapped to that monitor, at least horizontally. And vertically, vertically it's goes down to here. So it's like this strip right about here, right, is mapped to that. I'm not sure exactly why that is. Let me try mapping it
first.
to
first you can try and just map it.
Sorry, go ahead, Cube.
Yeah, you can just try and map it just like you're doing. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens now. And
so then, set that to full. Just be
resize full area. Okay. And let's save. What?
I wonder if your settings file is broken or something. I think something's in a weird state here because and I just tested on Windows. It does work fine with the 00 on Relative.
Okay, let me try.
I think your settings file is broken or something like that.
When you say settings file, okay, I could believe it.
Okay, go into the folder you're in right there.
Yep.
Just create a new folder called user data.
Okay. User data. Oops. Okay.
And close the OTD daemon, close everything, and just open it again. And it should put your settings in the user data folder, so we know it's a fresh folder.
Fair enough.
You'll also need to put your config in there though.
Okay, let me. Where the heck was?
So you can just copy paste the entire configurations directory you had.
Where the heck were the configurations? Here, right? Oops.
Yeah, so
This
you can
one.
just, yeah.
Okay, into user data.
Yeah, but you need to make a configurations
I see.
folder in
I
there
see.
too.
I
So,
understand what you meant then. You actually said it'd be easier for me to copy the entire folder.
yeah.
Got it. Okay, paste. I didn't know OTD had this feature. This is just okay. And then,
Yeah, so now you can try to start it again and just try to save without just like change anything
okay,
random.
okay. Just sit save. Okay.
Okay.
So it sounds like your theory is in the right place, that something was weird with the settings.
Yeah,
Okay.
so now you can go ahead and try and map it
Okay, let's
to your
try that.
monitor and see if that works.
Let's set the display 3 and hit save. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, sorry. I have to always not touch the monitor. Touch is just like on all the time. I'm looking across my monitors. I'm not seeing the mouse anywhere, or the pointer, I should say. Let me try. And save does apply, right? I don't need to hit both.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Let me set it to the display number 1 and save and see what happens here. Okay. Display number 1, it's there, but again, it's doing that weird, you know what I'm talking, like that. It's a strip, right?
Yeah, so okay, go to debugger again and check if it's actually like if you go from the top left to the bottom right, is it actually like slowly moving the values like from 00 all the way to the number you put in the config?
Okay, let's see. So this seems to have the position correct. This, yeah, it is 00 up here, right?
Okay.
Actually, let's see when I first change this. It's a little bit
Yeah,
off,
it doesn't have
actually.
to be perfect.
Yeah, but it is basically close to that. It is
Yeah,
accelerating
as long as
hard
it,
this direction. Like I'm already at the edge, right?
yeah, I mean I see okay, I see in the like the visualizer, it doesn't seem like it's are you sure the config has the right values that you put in there?
Well, yeah. Let's take a look.
Uh,
Let's take a look.
'Cause the visualizer and debugger should show you as well.
So this was max X. Maybe I pasted in the wrong. Let's take a look. You know what? Let's go. Let's go down here. So the max X was 13 something, and the other one was 70. Sorry, oh, I clicked it again. My mistake. Sorry, let's try to find that UI. Where did it go? Did I close it? Okay. So there's a number which is 14 something, and then like 79. So 14 is, I'll bet you I did make a mistake pasting it in, honestly. No, I thought I maybe inverted the X and the Y, but the X looks correct.
No, okay. You put like is that I think that's 14,000 you put? Is it
Oh,
140,000 I
I
think is
missed
the right one?
something. I missed something. You're right. There should be more digits,
Yeah, I
right?
think you missed the digit.
Got it. Don't,
Be 143
140. Okay,
4.
I
Yeah.
see. I didn't notice it. 40. Okay, let's do this. Control S. Control. Let's
Because you should
go.
be able to see in the debugger that blue square.
Yeah,
You might
yeah.
need to restart debugger.
Okay,
But
that would explain the weirdness of the mapping. Oops, I closed it accidentally. All right, okay. That's tablets, detect tablet. And I'll go set it back here. Okay, let's see.
oh, you did not save.
Of course I didn't. Oh, sorry. It's counting the clicks somewhere. That's why the thing is disappearing. Let's try.
Yeah, you can go. I mean, you can go to the tablet debugger again
Yes, yes.
and just look at see what it maps to in the visualizer. There should be a blue dot in the visualizer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
sorry. You can see it, right? There is a blue
yeah,
dot.
it's. I mean, it's. I don't know. It's saying something,
I
but
I did hit save, and I'm trying to figure out why now.
I mean, someone in chat says you messed up the config. The used the copied something wrong.
Oh, wait a
I
second.
don't know.
No, no, no. He's Nebulous Scott is onto something because when I copied into user data, I still had the old file up. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
In VS Code. So no, he saw something that I missed. So let's find where that little folder is here in user data. I should have been looking at this folder with this JSON. Now we see that. Okay. Now let's close debugger. Get back into the redetect tablet. Back into debugger, and now look at that.
That looks a little bit
It's
better.
actually working.
Yeah, it
Right?
seems like it's following your pen.
It is. It's very accurate actually. There's a little bit of it's not quite as accurate up to here, but that's okay.
It looks like the digitizer is a little bit bigger than the actual display,
Yeah.
which is normal, but you'll need to put some calibration on it probably
How do you
if you want to
normally
use
do the
it
calibration?
OTG.
You bake it into the config, or do you do something else?
No, I just use well, I have the calibration plug that I wrote.
Yeah.
There's also Better Calibrator. Some people, I don't know what happens, but Better Calibrator just like goes crazy on them.
Interesting. I tried Better Calibrator, and it didn't do as good a job because it has some fancier algorithm, right? And it didn't do a good as job as the more. So imagine your calibration thing, right? The way the math
Yeah.
does. Better Calibrator is different math, but your math worked better with the 9 point and 25 point things. So I have to do
I
some
mean,
work.
mine's just basically like a 4 point.
Yeah,
And
I think it's called
yeah.
affine transform, but it works fine.
I mean, the math on it is literally just, it's not even a matrix transform. It's literally just a multiplier applied.
Yeah,
And like, I convert it to a unit square, which is like from 1 to -1, and then multiply it and then convert back to the actual mapping. So
got it.
it's probably more efficient to do an actual matrix transform or something.
Yeah, it might be, but usually sometimes the simple math just works out so fast anyway. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so I would dare say things are actually working now, right?
Yeah. So now if you want, you can get the pressure. I think we thought it was 819. It's probably 8191, but you can just press down and
Okay, let's do that.
see what the highest pressure you get is. See what it caps out at.
8191. There we go. Let's add that in there. 8191.
And after this, you can check if your pen side buttons work.
Okay.
And you don't need to really reload the config
Okay.
for this. You can just
Let's get back
bash
here. Okay.
debugger.
Let's get the lower button true.
Yeah, so you see it's going false to true. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's looks like that's just
it
working.
works.
Eraser.
Eraser is true.
So
Looks like it's getting it.
it is getting true, but I'm not touching the eraser. Like I'm gonna become
Yeah, that's expected.
That's normal. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Wacom has a bit of a weird thing where if your hover distance is like high, if it's low confidence,
yeah.
it won't report the eraser or the buttons. But if you get within range of like where it's confident about your pen, it will.
And tilt seems to be working too.
All right.
Okay, I think we got a config then, right?
Almost. So we have the max X and max Y, but our width and height are wrong.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Now you can pull up a calculator, and this tablet should be 200 lines per millimeter. So you can divide the max X and max Y by 200. That'll
Right.
get our digitizer size.
Let me put up. I'm gonna use the calculator called Google for this one. Actually, I'll be even lazier. I wonder. I always think about how much electricity I'm wasting by asking Google to create this stuff, to do simple math. At least I'm not asking Claude to do it.
Nowadays, it might be their AI doing it for you.
It
Uh,
might be. It might be. That might have been like a $5 number. 701.92. That seem
yeah,
reasonable?
I think so. I think this tablet, Wacom says it's like
Okay.
693.
Okay. So let's just leave that in there. That seems like a reasonable number.
Yeah, and because we saw that the digitizer is actually bigger than the tablet, so we expected.
How many pen display? I mean, because you've done these configs before, these pen displays. How often is it that uh, you encounter this situation where it needs calibration?
Uh, yeah, I think it usually depends how old it is, because some of the newer ones,
Hmm.
people don't say anything, but a lot of the older Wacom ones, and like not even super old, but I mean definitely around the era of this tablet, people are always needing to calibrate those.
Yeah. I'll maybe do a little bit of checking to see because I haven't thoroughly used OpenTable Driver on all my Wacom pen displays or other pen displays, so I can just sort of see. Because I think when I was fooling with OTI, I said I tried some things like, oh, it just worked, right? So I was wondering why sometimes tablets need and sometimes they don't need calibration. The moving, for example, needs calibration.
I think they're probably just calibrated in the factory or something.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
sure. But the
So,
Wacom driver for the Cintiq 32, most likely the Wacom driver does not map it the same way the OTT config does.
mm,
You probably have the actual values that are within where the screen is supposed to be. There's probably some better, slightly better approximation.
okay, I updated the config and promptly put my pen where I lost it. Just give me a second. Where did that pen? Oh, there it is. Okay. So that shouldn't have affected the
So yeah, now
motion.
it won't work, but
Yeah.
the problem is you can go back to the output tab.
Yeah. Sorry. Let me close this. Yeah.
Oh, you see, because you changed the area size now, your previous area in millimeters thinks
Oh,
you're using a tiny bit of the tablet, so you
I
have to set
see.
that back to full area.
Okay. Uh, sorry. This goes
To be
to
resized,
resize full area. Okay.
and you
And
have to save.
so, of course, of course. Okay, we're back in business. We're back in business. Things are
Okay,
actually working.
so now we
Yeah.
can try. So we got the digitizer working. I think
Yeah.
everything's working fully, right?
Yeah.
So we can try the touch now if you want.
Okay. What do we do for touch?
So need a auxiliary endpoint.
Let's.
Let's see if there's a config I can tell you to steal it off of.
Okay.
Okay, so go to the CTH-480 config in the GitHub repo.
Okay. Let me open up the Google here. Configurations. Wacom CTH-480 JSON. Okay.
So if you scroll down, so you see auxiliary device identifier. So you can just take that
Mm-hmm.
and copy that into your config.
Okay. And I've got this here. And, okay. So it's a peer of this one, right?
It is separate from, yeah, it's not a digitizer identifier, it's just below that. I think you're pasting it in the right spot.
Okay. Right?
Yeah, so now we need to fix the product ID. This should be the 854 from before.
854.
And for lucky, this will just work.
So just to clarify, 850 is correct up here, right? But you want
Yep.
854 here because this is the touch part of it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And most of the time, it's actually the same product ID for
Mhm.
both, but there's a couple Wacom tablets where it isn't for whatever reason.
Okay, I hit Control S to save. Let's do a little reload.
I think you typoed it, but
Oops, oops, oops. Oh, I did. Thank you. Good eyes. Good eyes. 854. Okay, now we are back in business tablets, detect tablet, and then debugger.
you can try touching it and see if it does anything. Okay.
Well,
It is not.
it's not touch. Well, I mean, the
Okay.
device is it's doing things in Windows. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And where did OTD go? I just lost track of it. There we go. Does the pen
Um,
still work? Yeah.
so try adding the feature in it that is uh in the digitizer identifier for the digitizer part into the auxiliary.
This thing?
Because it's a separate device, yeah. Because it's a separate device, if we send the init to one device, it doesn't necessarily get to the other one.
Okay. So I think you're saying paste it right after this, right?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay. Control S to save, and let's. Tablets. Let me close this. Detect tablet, and then. Sorry. Tablet debugger. Let me just click on that so I see something.
Okay,
Okay.
so we are not so lucky here.
No.
Um, when you were in the Wacom driver, did they have configuration for the touch?
Like to turn it off? Is that
Just
what you mean?
I could do anything with it, really.
I don't remember. I didn't look at the touch at all.
Okay. So we could do a packet capture on the Wacom driver and see if they're sending anything interesting if you want to do that.
Uh, I tell you what. Can we do that another time?
Sure.
Uh,
We
Only
can
because.
if you want to make a PR for the config and just remove the
Okay. Yeah.
auxiliary endpoint, then you can put it under missing features.
Okay.
Just say there's touch has not been added.
Okay. And let me get rid of this, and then. Oh, I need one more deletion there. Okay. So it looks. I mean, okay. This is interesting. This basically it works the way I expected. I'm gonna need some calibration. And this gives me a good idea then how to get some of these other tablets, at least the overall framework, right? Though it does sound like there's some nuance in how things work into figuring what values are there. Let's detect the tablet again just to make sure I didn't mess anything up. Okay. Everything seems good. Everything seems good. Okay, we got it working. Anything else I should put in the PR?
Um, you need to put diagnostics of with the tablet detected in there.
Okay, so just a dump
Um,
of the diagnostics file.
yeah, and restart OTD before you do that, so it's like not enormous.
Yeah, yeah, of
Make it a
course.
little bit cleaner to look at.
Of course. Okay. So this and
And
yeah.
yeah, so this tablet doesn't have any, the config doesn't have any strings, so we don't need a string dump. If you're doing a Huion tablet or like a Galmon or something, you
Yeah.
usually need that. Um, and I mean, you're using an existing parser,
Hmm.
I mean, we don't really need a data recording of this. It's
Okay.
probably fine.
Okay. And I'm just guessing that if someone came to you with a Wacom Cintiq Pro 24 of the same generation, it would almost be a copy and paste of this with just a few values changed, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, okay, because they're similar across in those generations, I assume, like the same parser, etc.
Yeah, usually.
Okay.
There are
Oh,
some weird ones where it's like, I don't know, if they're using some old tech or something, but
hmm. Do you see this?
scroll to the left on that a little bit so you can see the,
What I
or
did
maybe
was
go up
I
a
just
bit.
resized the debugger window. By the way, that's all I did. I didn't hit save.
Okay. Um, oh, this is fixed. This is
Okay.
this is fixed at the latest. Yeah, it's some dumb thing with WPF where if you cannot make an edit to the UI
Yeah.
if you are not on the UI thread.
Right. Okay. Okay. And this is this an ETO problem or WPF?
No, I mean, if you could kind of say it is because it works on GTK and macOS, so
Yeah.
we didn't initially find the bug. But I mean, it's just kind of a problem with there's we're sending we're working with three different graphics like three different native graphics libraries, and Eto doesn't necessarily help you with shooting yourself in the foot.
Do you think I don't know how far the Avalonia UI effort got going because I've never been able to compile it for some reason. But does Avalonia solve a lot of these problems for you?
uh I don't know. I haven't worked with Avalonia too much because I was almost all of the Avalonia efforts were done by X9 Void, who is no longer working on OTD.
Got it. Got it. Well, at least I can say because OTA is obviously it was all vibe coded with Avalonia. I've been surprised how well things worked across platforms. Right. Um, there hasn't had to be much change other than the fact that certain APIs are just not available in certain platforms, right? But the UI itself has
Yeah,
been stable. I've got it working very well on Mac OS, and the UI itself is working pretty well on Fedora, even though there's more there's other issues I need to investigate, right? So I think you got what I'm
yeah,
trying to say is I think it seems like Avalonia is a good bet. That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah. Well, funny thing is, OG actually used to use Avalonia,
What?
like back in I don't know, maybe like 6 years ago or something. But Avalonia was like so young at the time that it actually wasn't very good, and Hector was better, so he switched. But now
Oh.
Avalonia is way better.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. I've been super surprised how like everything just worked. And again, I'm just vibe coding it, but uh,
yeah,
in even in my Microsoft world, I've seen so many frameworks that try to promise they work across just for UI cross platform, and they either have problems cross platform or they just look awful, right?
yeah.
Avalonia is giving me great results in both dimensions on three different platforms. It's a good sign. It's a really good sign.
Speaking of cross-platform, we have merged the initial like uh macOS ARM stuff. So if you build OTD on macOS ARM, you should get a native ARM build now.
No way! Fantastic. That is amazing. Oh, speaking of ARM, what about Windows ARM?
Uh,
That needs
I
some
mean, you could
vMulti,
probably
right?
build it for that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, I guess you could use the Windows Pen Pointer plugin,
Hmm.
but I I still need to look at what like Kuyan and XPpen are doing for
Yeah.
ARM,
Yeah.
because I don't know if they've made an ARM version of eMulti or what.
Oh, good point. Good point. Yeah, it's exciting times. It's exciting times for all this stuff. Okay, I will try to get a PR filed either like tonight or tomorrow. Okay, for this.
All right.
And let's see, I do the PR. I mention the fact touch is not there, and I embed a clean diagnostics, right?
Yep, and make a change to tablets.md,
Hmm.
and this will be a missing features tablet, and just copy. So there should be other tablets you see that don't have touch supported.
Yeah.
Just like copy the message that
Yeah.
that says,
Okay. Perfect.
so it's consistent.
Oh, and one unrelated. Actually, let me show you something that'll it'll make maybe a little more sense. Give me a second. Let me show you how to show this to you. Okay. I am going to, because obviously I have my drawing. What do you call it? That Data Explorer, right? So, and I've been fooling around with OTA, OTD. Let me just take a look at PTK, PTK or something. 70. Just to help ground the reality. So what I did was, it's not in here, but I added a field on some tablets that actually has the OTA name for it. Okay. So you're not seeing it here, but just imagine it says OTA names, okay? And it just lists the names from the tablets.md. So the question I had for you is the name of the tablet in tablets.md, is that a reliable ID?
In what way?
So, okay, let me open up OTA for a second, because it'll just attach to the daemon. So when I click on a tablet here, I have a tab that's called Basics, right? And you know immediately where I get this information from, right? What I was hoping to do is link this information, because since I have the name of the tablet that OTD has as the name, I can correlate it back to what's on this page, right? Because I have an entity ID here, which is like fixed and sort of non-changing. From there, I can do things like bring in things like the year, the release date, right? Compatible pens, right? Things like that. And so just thinking down that process, I was wondering, is it reliable to use that name in tablets.md as an ID? Or do they change a lot? Does that make sense?
We really try not to change them, but
Okay.
sometimes we do.
Okay.
Yeah, and if there's a change, it's usually because there was a mistake and like the name was wrong or
Wrong.
something.
Okay.
Like I've had, I there's a kind of funny one where there's a Vake or like Veek, whatever they say their name. There's a tablet called the Voila, but
Yes,
when it was
yes.
added, the name when it was added into OG, the name was Viola.
Okay, okay.
So we had to fix that, and then we only caught this like a year later or something. But so occasionally there's stuff like that.
Okay.
But the problem with us changing that is when someone updates OTD, is we use the tablet name as the like in the tablet settings to link up with the person's settings. So
Yeah.
when you change a name and someone updates OTD, the settings might disappear and they might be
Got it.
confused about that.
Got it. So it's like, oh, it's a brand new tablet from this perspective, right? Because it has a
Yeah.
new name. Got it.
Now, like we recently had one where there's a Let's Sketch tablet where the person who helped add a config in the past thought they had a tablet. They thought they had a tablet they didn't have.
Hmm.
Then the person that actually had that tablet came along and was like, "This is wrong," and so
Oh,
we had to switch it around.
okay. That's great. So do you, getting back to this thing, do you see the idea I'm going for to provide more information about the tablet, right?
Yeah.
And related to that is I started adding, though it's not clear here, I started adding links to like reviews of the tablets, right? Like Brad Colbeau, TO and Tech. So I was thinking of actually showing like, oh, I don't know if it's really necessary. That's why I always wanted your feedback. Like, do you think it's useful for someone to get a little more context here? I don't know about reviews, but I thought the year the
Yeah,
tablet
in
was
terms
released.
of reviews, I mean, I feel like if you're showing reviews to someone that already owns the product, you're either making them feel bad about buying it or feel good about buying it. So,
Okay, good point. Good point.
yeah.
But like release year and compatible pens might be useful, right? Maybe. If you don't think it's
Yeah,
useful, I
compatible
just won't
pens
do it.
might be.
Compatible
And the
pen.
pens might be.
Yeah.
I mean, release year. I don't know. I don't know if that's probably
Yeah. I guess it's not so
relevant, but if
important.
you have it anyways,
I guess, part of it was just this page is pretty plain, right? And I just wanted something interesting to show, right? Because it's just a bunch of fields. I'm even looking to see if I can get some like really tiny SVG vector art of the tablet, so I can literally show something like, oh, here's the tablet this is talking about, right?
and
Just as a nice visual effect.
that would be a huge effort to get every tablet at OTD
I know.
some a little art.
I
And we've
know.
actually thought about that because you know how most manufacturer drivers, when they show you where the buttons are on the tablet, they have
Yeah.
like a little display of the tablet and they, arrows.
Yes.
But we don't have that because we support like any tablet. So, you know, it would be great if we could, but I don't know if it'll ever happen.
Maybe I'll at least do some like investigation into. Again, I'm not thinking of a photo. I'm thinking of like a really simplified SVG drawing, which is more or less accurate, right? Based on a
Yeah.
photo, and I'll just do some back of the envelope calculations to see how much that, like, how literally how many bytes it would take on disk, right? Because
Yeah. I
photos
mean,
would be
last time
several
I
hundred.
looked, the OTG supported like 385 tablets, I think.
85. Oh my god, it's bigger than the last time. I remember. It's
They're
like
always
330.
pushing stuff.
Yeah, so that's a big list these days. But yeah, I'm just trying to make it enhanced so people like get a friendlier. And I hadn't actually thought about the buttons, right? Like I made a fake pen. You see what I'm doing, right? So people can show. Sorry, you can't see it because I'm not projecting it on that video, but like this.
Yeah.
It's a generic pen, but like this is kind of the thing, just so they understand what the heck is going on here. Right?
So your graphic work of those 3 buttons.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's lame. It's not it's not accurate, but it's good enough to someone who understands at some basic level. Sorry, keep on assaulting you with questions, but I had one more, which is, am I correct that with Windows Ink, effectively really only the only real viable option right now is adaptive binding?
I mean, adaptive binding it does the same thing as the actual Windows Ink binding.
Yeah.
So,
But we can't do
does
things
it
like
matter?
customize, like, oh, this button is going to do something special, like left click, right? That's still not in. It's not working for Windows Ink, right?
I actually don't know if you could do that on the tip. I mean, in theory, you should be able to do that with a different button,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm not totally sure. And I mean, you could set it as a keyboard key maybe, but I don't know.
Okay. Oh, look, we have someone joining the Discord call. That's great.
Hello.
Hey, Tablet Kitten.
Hey, I'm like outside right now on a bus.
Well, by the way, you should probably notice. I don't know if you realize this. Hugh and I are literally live streaming on YouTube right now.
Really?
Yeah, so everything you're saying is being heard by the audience.
That is hilarious.
So I wanted to give you that up front, just in case you might be nervous about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I was not expecting that, but
Yeah, so Cube actually walked me through. Okay, a little more context. Literally this afternoon, I just got a Cintiq Pro 32, and Cube just walked me through the process of creating a config for OTD, where now it works. So I'll be doing my first PR for a config tonight or tomorrow, thanks to his help. And we did all of that live. Okay. Thanks for stopping in. Well, you picked a good stream to join in, and actually this is a good test. I've always wanted to see if we can link the two worlds, a Discord call and the streams, and we can, right? So if we ever want to do another tablet iceberg, or something similar, another collab, you know, it's easy now. Yeah, I'd love to. I get it. I get it. And Cube, you know, if you ever want to do a live stream where you and the OTD devs to talk about OTD, let me know. I mean, I think it would be fun to have everyone. You know, I could interview you guys about OTD. I don't know if you want to, but like, it's just fun, I think. Got it. Got it. Well, at least maybe I'll post it on the OTD thing, and we can see who's interested. And again, it's just a fun thing. I know you guys do such an amazing job. I like to give people an opportunity to, you know, be seen on TV, as it were, right? Okay, thanks for stopping by. See ya. See ya. Oops, we lost Discord audio. Oops. Oh, I see. Sorry. Thank you, Nebula Scott. I didn't realize when I switched views, we lose audio for Discord. But I've added that back now. Cube, can you say something just to verify that what I said is true?
Hello, I am saying something.
Yeah, there we go. I see the levels now. Thanks for pointing that out, Nebula Scott. It's we were just off for just a few minutes. Nothing too bad. But Nebula Scott, I just want to make sure you knew you were correct in your diagnosis. It was, in fact, I was editing the wrong config. So I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but you rescued me in this stream. Absolutely rescued me. Okay, I think wow, the stream went on a little bit longer than I anticipated, but this was fun. Cube, thank you so much. Honestly, this was like fantastic to have you on and just to get it to work. And it taught me a lot about obviously the config process. So now I have a little more confidence about how to get this done for my other tablets. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be great if you want to add any tablets, you know. So.
Yeah, happy to. I think you gave me a list of the ones also, you wanted me to, so I'll take a look at this.
One additional thing I forgot to mention about the PR. If you can provide like a screenshot of the debugger having the max position.
Okay.
That'd be good. We usually, or you can do a recording of the data too if you want.
Okay.
Just like getting to the max of it, but yeah. Usually it's, I don't know. Obviously I saw you do it, so
yeah,
that's not verification, but it is usually we require people to provide that.
Okay, absolutely. I'll take a look at that. Okay, I think we're good. Thanks again, Cube, and everyone on the stream. As always, I tell you, these are just super entertaining for me. They're and you've been a great crowd. Thanks for your patience. I know probably some of you like, Cube and I got a little deep into this topic, but this is the reality of tablets, right? This is what we like to do, is talk about making these tablets work.
Well, they could have gone deeper, but you stopped me from letting you do a PCAP here.
When you said that, I was like, okay, my audience is going to lose it, right? Like,
yeah, well, that's like, you know, Wireshark stuff.
Exactly, exactly.
So
I do want to do it, but they're just, it's going to blow their minds, because that's very new stuff for me as well, right?
But yeah, that's stuff like, I don't know, I could probably run you through. Usually that's stuff that I ask for users to get with me, and then I just look at the data on my end.
Yeah.
And they never see what it actually is, but yeah.
Okay. Thanks again, Cube. Okay, I'm going to exit the VC, and then I'm going to shut down the stream. Okay?
All right.
Okay, thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. See ya. Pleasure.
Okay, I'm out of the VC. Everyone, again, thanks for your patience. Again, this is the reality of tablets, and much thanks to Cube for babysitting me through this process. OTD is about to get support for a new tablet, thanks to him. And yeah, I'll be streaming again soon, okay? Have a great night. And let me end the stream somehow. Okay. There we go.